Up until now, girls have held the reins of power over whether or not they get pregnant because almost all birth control is just for women. But guys, if you're worried about girls accidentally getting pregnant to ensnare you into some sort of relationship or something like that, which is kind of an irrational fear, you might not have to worry too much longer. So we have a compound that's being tested. This is by people at Baylor University and Harvard Medical School, a couple of other universities. And the compound called JQ1 was originally created to block the BRD4 gene. I think everybody knows that much.
Obviously.
But which causes cancer. But they found that when testing this on mice, the quality and production of sperm in mice was actually decreased, thus affecting their fertility. And most interestingly, it did this while having no negative effects on sex drive. They were still extremely horny mice. Do you think that this is a good development? Not for the mice necessarily, but for humans?
I do think it's a good development. I also think it's kind of funny that this is how you presented this. It just shows the total dichotomy between men and women, because when I read this story, John presents it like women hold the reins over birth control, and my thing is, the way I look at it is like, it's about freaking time you guys have to take responsibility for some birth control. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee that if it weren't for the fact that males were, I'm sure our male audience, I'm sure, loves my feminist rants. But I'm sure that if it weren't for the fact that men are, I'm sure, mostly in charge of the pharmaceutical industry, I bet we would have had some male birth control a long time ago.
But you don't think the guy, think about from a guy's point of view. If you're just a guy who just wants to have sex and that's all you care about, this might maybe
is emasculating, right?
Why is it emasculating?
Because I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong, because clearly I have no experience with this. You don't want to decrease your sperm count because you want to be like a manly man and you just want to have sex all the time.
No, but they're saying it doesn't affect sex drive.
But you don't think that there's any sort of psychological thing at all with just decreasing your sperm count?
They're saying it doesn't.
No, I'm saying for you, not to get too personal.
Well, I know when I think about do I want to be horny right now, I do a mental count of my sperm. And no, of course not. That's not how it works.
So you literally wouldn't care if you had less sperm. That wouldn't make you feel like less of a man if you had less sperm swimming around inside your body.
You still produce semen. There's just less sperm in it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm sure similar consistency and everything, so I can accomplish all the things I need to do with that. You brought us there.
Okay.
But anyway, but the important thing, and I have a couple little points, but the important thing is that it's supposedly reversible. Now, I would want extensive long-term testing before I take that. But what I think is, what guys might like about this, and you're sort of implying that guys wouldn't want to take this, think about, we use condoms to stop pregnancy and to stop STDs. If you have birth control and you can't get someone pregnant, that might be convincing to some girls that, hey, I don't need a condom. I'm taking male birth control. Don't you think some girls might be convinced by that? And then the guy doesn't have to use a condom.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure that some people would be
convinced by that. You don't seem to approve. She's obviously responsible, but for some guys, I think that's going to be the appeal of this, I think.
And I think it's interesting, like you said, that it doesn't have a negative effect on your sex drive, because for girls, actually, birth control does have a negative effect on your sex drive, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of taking it.
Yeah, that's always been, I always thought, sad, actually.
It is really sad.
But anyway, I think that this is an orally taken, this is an orally taken pill. That's why we have this picture here. He's probably not taking male birth control. I don't know who that is, actually. I feel kind of bad now. But before, in the past, they'd been working on one that was gel, so you actually had to spread it on your man parts, and that seems less sexy.
Oh, seriously?
Can't imagine it smelled good.
That's not attractive.
No, not at all.
No.
Although maybe you do it as part of foreplay, here, baby, put this anti-spermicidal cream all over me.
That's hot.
No, apparently it's not going to sell well, according to Lisa's reaction.